Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Gaming Command Center. This is part of the big news segment coming to the channel, which is the gaming news update for the weekend. We have a lot of articles to get through, so I suggest we get started now. So the first article is from BBC News, and basically what it is about is this gamer whose name is Dave Chapman, and he buys a Fallout 76 add-on domain to criticize Bethesda, who is the gaming developer. So, the gaming developer Bethesda introduced a new subscription to Fallout 76, but this guy, Dave Chapman, felt he had to do something with a lot of impact to it, so basically he made a website. And it wasn't any ordinary website. He pinched the domain from right under the developer's line of sight, so anyone looking for information about the sub would instead be greeted with his critique. So basically, quote, "My motivation stems from a frustration with Bethesda," he told BBC, "and in general the current trend of the gaming industry." And then he goes on to say, "They said players had been asking for this. Players never asked to pay subscription for features hidden behind a paywall." So basically, here is a couple words that David took David's text from Bethesda's own press release, and he added his own foul-mouthed running commentary. So, quote, "As a slave of Fallout, censored first, you also pay for access to your own private scrap box, using the scrap box to store all your crafting components so they aren't taking up space in your stash box. Yay, pay-to-win systems. The scrap box has unlimited storage, weight censored seriously, so no need to worry about picking and choosing when it comes to hoarding scrap. I'm actually really starting to get censored the more I read this censored." So, And then he says, quote, "I've been a fan of the series for some time," he said, but he hasn't played Fallout in 8 months. He said, "I love the response. The point I knew I'd done good was when someone said after they heard about Fallout first, they just typed in the domain I took and got my site." So basically, he took the domain using the name of this online service, which Bethesda had not yet bought. And according to an invoice seen by BBC, David's escapade cost $27.46. And then he said, quote, "I would like to sit down with Fallout creator Todd Howard and have a constructive decision about Fallout first," he said. "I care about their games and the direction they are heading." And then he went to say, "I would love to be the mediator between Bethesda and the gaming community." So this was an interesting topic to hear about the frustrated gamer buys the domain to Fallout 76 website to criticize Bethesda. So it was kind of weird, that one. The next thing I'd like to say about this next article is that it's not a game that I like, but I have to do it. It's Fortnite. So basically what happened is Epic Games sued a Fortnite tester who leaked Chapter 2. And basically, it's about this guy named Ronald Sykes, who's also known as Invisible Llama 9. So basically what happened is Epic filed the lawsuit today in court, and this guy leaked information about Fortnite's now revealed Chapter 2. So early in October, Fortnite went in this black hole and went offline for 2 days. Basically, is what happened. So, all the servers were shut, all the servers down, and Epic claimed that a black hole had taken over the whole game. So, this was all part of marketing, as all we know. So, the game returns with a new map and a couple other modifications. And it's an event that has been building to for months through its first 10 seasons, spread inside and out of Fortnite in Easter eggs, according to the lawsuit. So, Sykes played Fortnite's new content in late September, and a couple days later, he tweeted to another Twitter user that he played or Season 11, and can tell you the new stuff, according to the lawsuit. he tweeted again saying that in Fortnite Chapter 2, players would be able to swim, which now you can. So then he posted more secrets like an image of the new map and the lead up to the event. So they say that Epic is asking for relief and maximum damage for Sykes' breach of contract and misappropriation of trade secrets he learned while testing for the developer. And as we know, this is not the first time Epic has sued someone for leaking Fortnite secrets. As you know, in 2018, Epic sued a quality assurance contractor for a Season 3 leak. The QA tester later filed a defense against the lawsuit, which alleged he didn't intend for the secrets to get out. Elsewhere, the company had also filed multiple suits against Fortnite cheaters, including one ongoing case wherein an elusive teenager player continued to cheat even after being sued. Now, disagree with me on this one if you want, but I feel as Fortnite is not taking these cheaters seriously. And by that I mean, what are they seriously doing about them? I think that Fortnite has the most cheaters than any other game I know. But Overwatch at least does something about it. They're the ones. Fortnite just keeps going into games. Overwatch, what they do is, if a hacker is in a game, basically what happens is that the game senses the hacker, they stop the game that the hacker is in automatically, and then it says that the hacker is going to be punished. It doesn't ruin any of the other players' SR, doesn't matter about any of that. All that matters is the hacker being suspended. So, Papa Jeff, I praise you for that little update there. So, another thing here is some PS Plus November 2019 games like Neo, Last Guardian, Uncharted, and a lot of other predictions. So, the November 2019 free PS4 games will be unveiled on October 30th, but can be accessed on November 5th. So, in a huge thread over Reddit, the popular choices appear to be Sony's first-party games like The Last Guardian and Neo. So, and needless to say, The Order 1886 also gets a few mentions, and maybe this will be the month we get it. So, basically, the Evil Within games seem unlikely, however, because they're currently part of the Halloween sale, which is coming up. So, Dragon Age Inquisition, Tomb Raider, and Watch Dogs 2 are all mentioned alongside Prey, Celeste, Remio 3rd, Crypt of the Necrodancer, and Gravity Rush. And some fans are pleading for Hollow Knight to come back, while Spyro Trilogy and Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy also get a mention. So as fans wait for the release of the games, October's lineup is still available to download. So make sure you check it out. Neo, Last Guardian, Uncharted, Crash Bandicoot. Get them as soon as they come out. And the next gaming piece of article that I like to say is yet another streamer moving to Mixer. First, it was Tyler Blevins, who we all know today is Ninja, who is playing Fortnite and then moved to Mixer, another popular streamer. And another popular streamer who is moving to Mixer is a guy by the name of Michael Kursesiak, I think that's how you pronounce his name, also known as Shroud. So basically, he is one of the biggest Twitch superstars there is today, like Ninja, Tim the Tatman, all the others. And I don't think other people appreciate Shroud's work as much as I do. He's insane on PUBG, and Ninja is friends with him. A lot of other popular streamers are friends with him, and they say the guy is a beast. So basically, he posted his first Mixer stream, I think a couple days ago. but it already has 25,000 followers and will certainly be higher by the time this video is done, and it was a little over 17,000. And a countdown currently ticking away indicates he'll make his first appearance on the platform, which he already did. And he posted a video like Ninja did on Twitter with going and switching a mixer. So that is really great. Congratulations to Shroud there. And he does play a lot of other games than PUBG. He's a former CSGO pro and who streams a variety of other games like Rainbow Six Siege, Apex Legends, and Minecraft, who claimed nearly 6.5 million followers on Twitch, making him the second biggest streamer on the platform, the only ahead of all but Tfue. So, good for Shroud. I think he's gonna get a lot of new changes on Mixer. So, another new game that just came out is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This game and the graphics look sick, alright? If you haven't seen a trailer for this game, it looks stunning, amazing. So EA's journey is a hell of a lot like that of a Star Wars villain. Back in PS2, it was one of the founders of modern gaming, a beacon of light, creativity, and fun, with classics from Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, to Dead Space, until power and greed seemingly corrupted it, turning it into the Sith Lord that we have known as it as in recent years. So, starting around 2006, EA took a cue from mobile gaming, which often charged players 99 cents for more lives or faster speeds. EA's version took it up a notch by allowing players to buy tools and weapons, making it extremely hard for those who couldn't afford both a $60 game and randomized crates to buy their way to the #1 spot. In the disastrous 2017 launch of Battlefront 2, players who dropped hundreds on star cards could wipe the floor, until EA disabled microtransactions due to intense backlash, breaking the progression in the game even further. So, as a whole, solo games themselves felt nearly extinct during this time until a few key heavyweights like Spider-Man, God of War, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and the upcoming The Last of Us 2 swooped in to show you could still sell great games, not overly bogged down with DLC, and still make a great splash. So, but luckily EA and most of the other worst offenders appear to have started to learn their lesson about multiplayer games. So that's good. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Get it? It looks cool. The next thing I'd like to tell you, the biggest article there is, BlizzCon 2019 and the biggest predictions that there are. So I'm just gonna throw them out to you. So the first thing is World of Warcraft's next expansion. The Dragon Isles, the Shadowlands, or both. For the hardcore Warcraft players, this prediction won't be that startling considering the direction Battle for Azeroth is headed, with N'Zoth now free and dragons like Wrathion becoming a central focus in the next patch. There are more like that, and there are more those supposed leaks that led players to think the Shadowlands might also be the setting for the newest expansion of World of Warcraft. And this alternate plane of existence is the realm of death and decay. And a supposed leak for this summer said the Shadowlands will be the frontier of a new war between the old gods and the remnants of the Alliance and Horde, who have all been killed in an apocalyptic battle. Either way, like in the words of Stephen Messner, he says, either way, I'm 1000% on board for an entire World of Warcraft expansion devoted to dragons and dead stuff. So World of Warcraft, another huge thing that's gonna go on. So that's gonna be very interesting. Another thing, Hong Kong will hang over BlizzCon, but new games will still get massive cheers. So, controversy around Hong Kong's protest and Blizzard's recent suspension of a player who prompted them isn't going away. Even Congress has criticized Blizzard for its decisions, for the anger from fans, frustration of Blizzard developers, and weight of this political issue will absolutely permeate BlizzCon this year. But will it actually amount to much? There are some protesters with signs even. Blizzard's press interviews will be more protected than usual and bring down any real discussion on the topic. So, a Blizzard executive will give a Twitch chat will have some strict filters in place, and on stage, a Blizzard executive will give an emotional and heavily PR groomed speech, pulling out all the old chestnuts to apologize. The fans mean everything to us, because here at Blizzard we're gamers too. Gamers have the power to bring people together. Those words won't change minds, but they'll touch plenty of people. Ultimately, most of the fans will decide they can live with Blizzard's decision on Hong Kong when they see the trailer for Diablo 4 or Overwatch 2. So, here's the one thing that I'm excited for. Overwatch 2 will have a proper story campaign. Yes! Dude, alright. So basically what happened, Overwatch 2 will have a large PvE element. So Blizzard, of course, never confirmed any of these, but they did allude to a development shift indeed happening. So we don't have any new information since that report, but the next Overwatch, being a story-driven game, seems like a logical move. And it is the new Overwatch, and the Overwatch world is ripe with great characters and an engaging world, but it has barely engaged with that world at all. I mean, the story has come in the form of external blog posts, comics, and animated shorts, alongside the occasional PvE archive seasonal events. And as a lapsed Overwatch player, a story, in the quote of Bo Moore, as a lapsed Overwatch player, a story-driven campaign is exactly the sort of thing that will get me interested in playing the game again. I love the characters in the world of Overwatch, but don't really have a ton of interest in diving back into its competitive scene. A campaign, however, would absolutely draw me back in. So I think it's going to be one hell of a change for them. So another thing, actually I'm going to do one more here, and that's going to be that Diablo Immortal will be carefully hidden behind bigger announcements. So we don't expect Blizzard will make the same mistake twice. Now that a year's passed, Diablo Immortal is surely entering the home stretch of development, but comment down in the chat if you agree with me, but some people are predicting that Blizzard is going to be extremely careful about how and when it reveals more. If anything, Diablo Immortal will probably feel like a bit of an afterthought rather than receiving the same kind of lip service and fanfare that Blizzard's PC game will get, says Steve Messner once again. So that are some of the predictions for BlizzCon 2, which looks really well. And the last thing, the last article that I found, is Google says it's planning to build multiple first-party game studios for Stadia. If you don't know what Stadia is, it's a gaming company that sells controllers built in with Google Assistant, which is pretty cool too. It's like a smart controller, basically. So when Microsoft was slammed for not offering enough compelling exclusive games to attract gamers to Xbox, it bought its ways out, purchasing game developer after game developer to prep itself for the next console war. Now it appears Google may similarly be shoring up the upcoming Stadia cloud gaming platform by building multiple internal game studios of its own. Google suggested its plans to become a game developer would start small, hiring Ubisoft and EA industry vet Jade Raymond to lead up a single studio dubbed Stadia Games and Entertainment. But in a new interview, Raymond reveals that Google isn't planning to stop at just one. Quotes from Jade Raymond say, "We have a plan that includes building out a few different first-party studios," she tells the publication. And she adding later that Google plans to release Stadia exclusive titles every year. Raymond suggests that won't be the kind of gaming lineup we see at launch, which is mostly an array of existing games from third-party publishers. But she did say that Google has, quote, quite a few exclusive games in the works that use the cloud, and it won't be 4 years before gamers get to see the new exclusive, exciting content. You can read the full interview at gamesindustry.biz, which includes more of Raymond's thoughts on the kinds of games Stadia might eventually produce. So that is it for the gaming news updates. I hope everybody liked this. I've been really wanting to do this for a long time since the streaming and everything. The streaming I keep doing every single day and it just got boring. So now I have this to do and it's amazing. So, and it's giving me a real opportunity to get more subscribers, to get more notifications, to get more comments. So, I'd just like to take the moment to say thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all the people who commented, and keep subscribing. And I couldn't have done this segment without you guys. So, more news updates are coming next week. Say next weekend. And I'm going to see if I may stream tomorrow or not. But be sure to be on the lookout. So, hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And we will see you for the next weekend game update stream. Peace out and keep flying.